Good morning. Guess what this is today? It is Easter Sunday. And we're having church again at home. And last week, I told you that we would read another Berenstain Bear book. And this week, I have not only Harmony helping me, but I have Logan helping me too. Are you ready? So we're going to read about the Easter story again in a little bit different way. It was a beautiful spring morning in Bear Country. The rising sun spread its golden light over the land. Robins were chirping in the trees. Bright spring flowers were in bloom. New green leaves were all budding. But it wasn't just any beautiful spring morning. It was
Easter Sunday morning.
I like the Berenstain Bear's house. It's pretty cool looking. That would be fun to live there. Things were bustling in the Bear family's treehouse as they got ready for church. Everyone, Mama, Papa, all the way to brother, sister, and Honey Bear, were dressing in their Easter best. Bright colors instead of their everyday clothes. Said Sister Bear, why do we put on special clothes for Easter? Bright colors are for happy, joyous occasions, Mama said, and Easter Sunday is just about the most joyous occasion of all, said Papa Bear. The bears walked in their brightly dressed outfits with other families on their way to the chapel in the woods. They greeted friends as they filed in and they found their places. Their neighbor, Ms. McGrizz, played the organ. Anybody know what an organ is? We don't have an organ in our church, but
I think I went on a field trip to my school and we saw this big organ and it was like 20 feet tall.
And it has keys like a piano, but the sound is amazing.
And it's got big, like round
pipes?
Yeah, cylinder pipes.
Yeah. So their neighbor, Ms. McGrizz, played the organ. Rich and deep tones filled the church. The cubs could feel those low, rumbling notes right down in their tummies. Just like sometimes when we're listening to worship, we get really blessed when we hear it, huh? Then Preacher Brown stood up in the pulpit and he spoke.
Good morning, everyone. I bid you all a welcome on this joyous Easter morning. Let us celebrate the most wonderful day that God has made, the day when Jesus rose.
Then Ms. McGrizz brought her hands down on the keyboard and the organ boomed to life. Everyone stood to sing an Easter hymn. Jesus Christ is risen today, hallelujah. And then they continued to sing. Voices joined with the roar of the organ and just rose right up to heaven in a great, beautiful, happy noise. Well, the cubs could feel it right down in their bones. As the hymns were done, Preacher Brown stood at the pulpit and said,
Easter is indeed a joyous occasion, he began. Let us remember this glorious story of Easter, a story of new life for the whole world.
Then he told them all about Easter again, how Jesus came to the city of Jerusalem riding on a donkey, and everybody was really happy to see him. And what were they waving, Harmony?
Palm trees.
Palm tree branches, huh? Or leaves, I should say. Yeah. And then he ate the Last Supper with his disciples, the ones that loved him, but one of them turned against him, and his name was Judas. Yeah. And then he was taken as prisoner, and he stood before a mean person, and even though he didn't do anything wrong, they said he was guilty. And then the sad part, they put him on a cross and they killed him. But the happy part is he came back alive. Yeah, he rose from the dead. So the Cubs knew this story. They'd heard it before, but every time they heard it, it was more special. And when they heard it in church on that Easter morning, it just seemed deeper and closer in their hearts. And they remembered it all the rest of the day. Now after church, there was an Easter treasure hunt for the Cubs in the churchyard. Miss McGriz hid brightly little colored gift boxes all around. Inside each was a figure from the story of Noah's Ark. A little Noah, a Mrs. Noah, their sons and wives, and dozens of animals. They had a lot of fun finding them all, and then when they found them all, they put them all together and made a big Noah's Ark scene. That's different, huh? Sister said, "This is really fun, just like an Easter egg hunt." "Yes," said Ms. McGriz. "We thought using a Bible story would be great here at church." That made Brother start to wonder. He said, "I don't remember anything in the Bible about Easter eggs and the Easter Bunny. Is there?" Preacher Brown said,
"No, brother, not a thing."
"That's interesting. Do you remember ever hearing a Bible scripture about the Easter Bunny? Or no? Then where did the idea of Easter eggs and the Easter Bunny come from?" said Sister Bear. And this is what Preacher Brown said.
"Well, for those who lived long ago," explained the preacher, "before Jesus came into the world, spring was a very special time of year. It was a time when new life started in the earth. Everyone noticed that birds laid their eggs in spring and baby birds hatched out. It was beautiful, and bunnies even had their babies, and lots of babies, in springtime too." "So," said the preacher, "since Easter comes in the spring and many animal babies are born in the spring—" "Oh, I see," said Brother. "They're just sort of mixed up together. Is that right?" "Yes," said Preacher Brown. They don't really they don't really have anything to do with each other. They just happen to come at the same time of year. They both have to do with new life."
New life. So babies being born is new life, flowers blossoming, and chicks hatching out of eggs is all new life. And we can have new life when we ask Jesus in our hearts, huh? So that's how all of that ties in. And let me just tell you, we can have a lot of fun with those things as long as we remember that the real meaning of Easter is about Jesus and Him rising from the dead. We really have a lot of fun with those things when Miss Donice sends us fun surprises to our house, huh? Did you get a surprise?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we got surprises. And what do we want to tell Miss Donice?
Thank you.
Well, the Bear family said goodbye to Preacher Brown. Ms. McGriz and the rest of their friends at the chapel in the woods all walked home, and they looked all along the way at the beautiful spring countryside. They saw robins sitting on eggs. And they saw families of bunnies hopping around. They even saw baby lambs. They're so cute, aren't they? "Look," said Sister. "Those are real live Easter bunnies and Easter eggs." Mama smiled. "I like those kind of eggs and bunnies even more than painted eggs or chocolate bunnies. They are part of God's creation." So later that day, the family sat down to a delicious Easter dinner. "Lord," prayed Papa Bear as they joined hands, "we thank you for our Easter meal and for the greatest love of all that came to us on that first Easter Sunday long ago." And everybody at the table said, "Amen." And as they ate, they looked out the window and they could see from their treehouse window the beautiful spring day in Bear Country. And it reminded them of the new life that spring brings and of the new life that Jesus brought for us by dying on the cross and raising from the dead. So now we're going to do a little review, and Harmony's going to pick an egg, and in each one of these eggs is a little part of the Easter story. We're going to see if we can put it in the right order.
Jesus died on the cross, and his friends were very sad.
Okay.
The angel rolled the big heavy stone out of the way. He knew the women were looking for Jesus.
Okay. Let's see what's in the green egg.
They put his body into a stone tomb.
Mm-hmm.
There was a big heavy stone to block the door. Suddenly, the earth started shaking. An angel came down from heaven.
Oh, show that one. One more.
This must be the last one.
Mm-hmm.
The angel told them, "He is not there. He has risen, just as he said. Jesus is alive."
Okay, now let's see if you can put those in order. Okay. So it started with
Jesus died on the cross.
and then
They put his body into a tomb. Then the angel rolled the big heavy stone. Then the angel came, and then they told him that he has risen.
okay. And that is the Easter story. And that's why we celebrate Easter. And that's why it's a joyous occasion. Because when Jesus died on the cross, he died for our sins, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we get new life when we ask Jesus in our heart. What an awesome day. So I hope that all of you have a wonderful time with your families and you have a fun Easter day. We love you all. We love our church family. And we just want to say Happy
Easter!